Hello guys, welcome back to this Birmingham City save with me Alex, and today we're going to get straight back into the action. Thank you for all the ongoing support on this series, I really appreciate it, and let's see what we've done since last time when we played Leicester in the Championship. So if my FM will load in, which it will, there we go, we've got into the action last time, and then this time we've got pretty good game against Stoke to bring you. Since last time we had a very boring draw with Leicester, 0-0, where we could have come away with something, could have scraped something, but it was a good tester for the rest of the season. Then we went on to beat Doncaster 4-2. We rotated out the side, Longelo getting a goal, George Hull getting a goal, Bielik getting a goal, and Amari Forson getting his first for the year. Then Hull away from home, a red card from Topovic, 67th minute, really put our game to bed in this one, but we had a pretty good game out there, in all honesty. Sonic getting a goal in the 49th minute, we were still on top, but we couldn't come back after that. We had to hang on for the last remaining 30 minutes of the game with a lot of added time in that one. Then an absolute thrashing, forcing getting a goal, Devin Hine getting a brace in that one, 4-0 against Rotherham, and then Jordan James getting his first goal of the season as well. Then to Luton, where we were down 2-0 at half-time. We came out of the tunnel at half-time, got it back to 2-1, then Jacob Brown in the 60th minute, Devin Hine in the 75th minute, but we just couldn't go anywhere, and to be honest with you, our defence had a pretty bad game. I mean, you look at there, Thomas Araujo on a 6.2, Pignaco on a 6.2, Calvin Ramsey on a 6.3. It just didn't go great for us. And then Jamal Lowe coming off the bench with a 6.4. It just didn't work out for us in that one. Then we had a 5-3 game, a massive game against Plymouth where we scored 5. Siriki Dembele have rotated out the side a little bit in this one. Jallo, should I say, sorry. Then Bakuna as well, 2 goals for him. Devin Hine, a goal for him. Randell, Whittaker, Luke Harris, all getting goals for Plymouth. And to be honest with you, we had an absolute banging game. I've got to admit, I think we had a very, very good game this one. 3-1 down at half-time. Then to come back in the space of 5 minutes, in the space of 9 minutes, scoring 4, I think it was an absolute capitulation by Plymouth, who are one of our rivals at the moment. They're sitting pretty high up. Then Leeds, a team that have, of course, been promoted last year. They won the league in the Championship in my save. We beat them 4-1. Topovic getting a goal, Forson getting a brace, and then Jallo scoring a brilliant goal in the 91st minute to send Leeds out of the Carabao Cup. We're going on a little run with it, this team. Then, obviously, we drew with Sheffield United. Cameron Archer scoring in the 34th minute. Devin Hine getting a goal for us in the 49th minute, who's been pretty good so far this season. I've got to admit, Hine scores and pops up here and there. He could be doing with being a bit more consistent, but he pops up when he needs to. And Cardiff, Topovic getting a brace after coming back from his red card. Obviously, he played very well in that game, and to be honest with you, I was very, very impressed with how he played in this one. 2 goals of the highest calibre, really carrying us through that game. And this 4-2-3-1's been brilliant for us. So for the first few bits of the season, we've managed to get 3 draws in the Championship, 3 wins and a loss, which I'll take. We're sitting in 7th, 2 points off 3rd, and obviously Ipswich and Middlesbrough are absolutely running away with it at the moment with 6 games won out of a possible 7 for both of them, and Ipswich just topping them with an extra draw in there. But yeah, for now, I think we're looking to be in the playoff run, and we've got a nice little bit of a run coming up. We've got Stoke, who are sitting in 9th, Swansea, who are sitting near enough dead last, Bristol City, close to being last. I know Ipswich is going to be difficult, but they are at home to them. Blackpool, who are looking at the lower half of the table. West Brom, again, mid-table side at the moment. And then Sheffield Wednesday, looking to be pretty much a mid-table side as well. So after today, we'll bring you Stoke, and then I'll probably bring you, I'll skip through the middle of October, get into the nice chunk of somewhere around here. Maybe a Sunderland game would be nice to bring you, try and play them again. Joe Bellingham, another player that we're looking to try and bring back to the club. Potentially maybe a Middlesbrough. It depends where we're sitting in the table at that point in time, but it'd be nice to try and get a competitive side in there, maybe a Blackburn or a Middlesbrough in there. That'd be a good one. So yeah, that's it for now. Transfers. Things have been happening. Since last time, what's happened? We have sold Bakuna to Luton. We sold Bakuna, we got rid of Bakuna. In his last year of his contract, I didn't want to give him 20k. I think he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a pretty good player, but he's 27 years of age. He's reached his peak. He's at his peak. Do I think he was performing well enough for us to give him another contract? Probably a 7.8 to start off the season, but then you go to Luton, he's played 6.55 in both of them games. It's the people around him, and I think he's very good, but he just wasn't a starter anywhere. That's the main thing. He wasn't a starter, so 2.3 million I'll take for him. Keshi Anderson we managed to shift on for 1.4 million. This was a very good deal for us. 1.6 we've been paid so far out of a 2.2 million pound fee. 160k we had to pay for the intermediary fee. That is hard to say. Fee. just because we wanted to try and get rid of him. Keshi Anderson, he's gone, 29 years of age. We got a pretty good amount of money for him, 2.2 million. He's definitely not worth that, and Swansea are going to pay for that. Apart from that, we brought in, I think this is how I pronounce it, Rule Walters. We brought him in, a right back, just on loan from Arsenal, 19 years of age, very similar to Ethan Laird, just to try and bolster that position. Calvin Ramsey we brought in, who as well can play that right back role, because I believe a few injuries here and there might just see us not do too well. So we brought him in as sort of like a fringe player, so to speak, can come in if we need him to, can play that wing back role, but he's mainly just not going to start for us. He's just here for training. We've made a pretty big signing, I've got to admit. We've got a bit of money in, so we went out and bought Van Hooijdonk, I think that's how you pronounce it. Van Donk, we're going to call him Sydney Van Hooijdonk. What a name. He's on 26k a week, but last year he had a pretty good year. He was on loan at Norwich. He got 6 goals in 17 appearances. He played for Bologna, where he got 3 goals in 12. He then started off at Bologna again this year, didn't do too well, and then I've brought him in. He can play that advanced forward role pretty well, but mainly I'm going to have him on this left-hand side. I wanted someone to fill in on this left-hand side. He's 24. He looks pretty good. 7.2 to 8 million. I reckon he's going to be very, very good for us. He can play in this left wing role. And then as well as that, we brought in David Jurasek, who has come in for 1.7 million as a left back. Maybe to replace Buchanan. I don't know. I think he will do. Because if you look at his physicals, brilliant strength, brilliant pace, brilliant acceleration, brilliant stamina, brilliant balance, everything you need. And you look at his mentals, the only thing that lacks is his decisions, but anticipation, concentration, work rate's there, aggression's there. He's got great crossing, which is a very big positive. Brilliant crossing at 15. I think he's a lot better than Buchanan, so I've brought him in as well. And then we're selling Bielik to Levante. He's joining on the 31st of the 12th. We're going to get 9 million overall for him. I wasn't going to sign him on for another few seasons. He wanted a new contract. I said, if you're not enjoying it, son, see you later. Get out of the club, because I don't need you. You don't play a certain position for us. We've got plenty of cover of the centre-backs. We don't want to play you as a ball-winning midfielder in the midfield of the park. You can't really play the deep-line playmaker defend role, which you probably can a little bit, but your vision's not there. We've got the likes of Jordan James. We've brought in Pike Sung-ho. We've got in there as well Toplovic, who needs to play at the moment. We've got in there Tebow as well, George Hall, who we're trying to develop and bring through as a youngster, try and get him into the side. He's still got a lot of room to develop, and we've gotten a lot of interest from him at the moment, from Crystal Palace and Fulham, the likes of. So, these are the players I want to try and develop and bring through, and that's what we're going to try and do. So he's not in the side. So we're going to be playing Dion Sanderson in that ball-playing defender role. In fact, no, I'll keep Bielik in there for now. His fitness isn't great, but we'll keep him in there for now. Ethan Laird at right back, Jurasek at left back, Pike Jung-ho in deep line playmaker role, Jordan James in the ball box-to-box midfielder role, Amari Forson on the right, Siriki Dembele on the left at the moment, because I want Van Hooijdonk just to pick up a bit more form. We've got Jallo, who's been playing extremely well as well, who could play out there, and then Devin Hine, I keep calling him Devin Hine, who looks, he looks pretty good so far. 5 goals in 7 for a free transfer. He's only improving. 20 years of age, just turned. I think he looks pretty good. So he's going to start and just carry on doing what he's doing. So let's get into the game. Let's submit the team. And let's get into this action against Stoke, where obviously we're going to have to be playing at our best, really. You've got to think about that. Our home form is important to us. It really is. I trust everyone to make the right decisions. Let's get out there and see the match preview. So that is our side, of course. Let's see where we can go from here. 4-2-3-1. It's been it's been a bit of a revelation for us, in all honesty. Tyrese Campbell, I recognise here. Brian Gill as well, the ex-Tottenham player. And there, Ben Pearson as well, the ex-Manchester United player. I remember him from back in the day. Stoke sitting in 9th. We're in 7th at the moment. Obviously, this is going to be a pretty good game for us, in all honesty. We need to try and get something out of this, definitely. Because at the moment, I'm still trying to figure out what's the best team for us to play. Devin Hine is brilliant, but is he the man up front? Is he going to be that man? I need to invest in him, or just try and sub him out. As Ethan Laird goes through, and Ethan Laird with his first goal of the season, it came off someone there. It's a bit of a deflection. Hine getting an assist. I think that's his first assist of the season. Wanders out to this right hand side, pulls it back for Ethan Laird, who's got loads of room to work into. Look at that. He finds his way through, and it's a bad deflection. It's a really bad deflection, and it goes into the back of the net. 5 minutes in, we've taken the lead, but I want to invest in Hine. What I like is he's got a 2.5 star rating. but I know he's better than that, so I want to see him really progress. As Topovic turns his man, Luka Topovic puts that into the back of net, forcing it's worked so well. Ethan Laird into forcing into Topovic, who takes his time, muscles off his man, puts that into the back of the net. 10 minutes in, and we're already 2-0 up. This is brilliant. A nice little 1-2 there with Ethan Laird and Forson. Forson sees Topovic in acres of space, turns his man, and then just curls it past Kelly in net. And so far, so good. We're actually playing really well. Topovic getting another goal. I think that's 3 in 3 now for him. 3 goals in 3 games so far. As the ball's headed away, and Jordan James can get to that as the box midfielder role he's playing in. Park Sung-ho plays in Ethan Laird, who I think's offside. I think he's off. What is Ethan Laird doing up there, though? That's the question I want to be asking. Why is he so far up the pitch? He's wandering offside. I think he was covering for Amari Forson, but Ethan Laird so far up the pitch there. I don't know. I have no idea why. Hines picked up a bit of an injury, but we're going to keep him on, let him play through it a little bit. As Laird into Topovic, finds Forson. What can he do? Pulls it back towards Topovic. And yet again, the man himself, he's been absolutely outstanding in this position that I've been playing him so far, attacking midfielder. Just really arriving late, box crashing. I guess that is the new phrase, box crashing. Topovic back into Araujo. We're playing it around at the back here. We've got Samuel in net. Ethan Laird picks it up. He's had a great game so far. Topovic. This right-hand side so far, Laird, Topovic and Forson really doing well. And Siriki Dembele at the back post heads it home. Second goal of the season for him. You know, he might not be the most technical, might not be the most clever player in the world, but he's physically, very, very good, and he manages to just pick up and arrive in the correct areas. I don't know how he wins the header there. I don't think he's even that tall, but what a goal for him there. Brilliant goal by him. As you see, Topovic absolutely mountains over all of them. Park Sung-ho getting on the ball now. Jurasek, it's a foul off the ball there. It's another weird tackle. Dembele manages to squeeze through. What's he going to do with it here? Finds Topovic. Forson's there. And Amari Forson at the back post makes it 4-0 in 35 minutes against Stoke. This is an absolute demolition job. I think I might have to bring off Dembele at some point and just bring on Hoydonk. I might have to bring on Hoydonk. So just let him have a bit of a game out there. This might be just a picking up form game, if you know what I mean. 38th minute now. I might bring off Hine because he does look like he's struggling with that injury now. He's losing a lot of fitness. Topovic having a pretty good game out there. Keep him out there for now. Laird and Forson combining on this right-hand side. This could be the future. Forson and Laird on that right-hand side definitely could be the future. Pearson heads towards Tyrese Campbell. It's a bit of head tennis at the moment. Jordan James picks up and calmly gives that to Forson. Now Ethan Laird on it. Into Forson yet again. Topovic. The combinations down this right-hand side, I'm really enjoying. Forson, again on the ball, whips it towards Jordan James. Hine turns his man through on goal, smashes it into the top left-hand corner. Can I take him off? That's the question. He's on for his hat-trick. It might have to be a 60th minute substitution, but Hine turns his man fantastically, even with his injury. What type of injuries he picked up? That's the question. James heads it down into Hine. It's another assist for him. For now, 5-0 up at half-time. That feels like it should be full-time. What's the injury saying? It's a potential lower leg injury. So for now, just carry on. We're going to take Topovic off and Hine at some point. Jurassic as well, as it's his first game for us out there. 5-0 up against Stoke. This is a really poor showing by Stoke, and I'm very happy I've brought you this game now. Kelly on it now, back into Pablo Ramon. Rose picks it up. Looks like they can't really do anything with it, Stoke. They can't break the lines. Jurassic has the ball now into James. Can't find Forson though, and they're coming forward now. Brian Gill, what's he going to do? Have they had a team talk at half time? They have. Laird takes out Gill, but Campbell manages to finish it off. It was a good advantage by the referee, and it's just a bit poor from us there. We need to tell the lads, focus up, as Brian Gill gets wiped out, but Tyrese Campbell is there, and Pizzignacco just couldn't do anything about it. Stoke playing pretty well in the middle of the park now. They seem to have taken possession of the ball and slowed things down. Rose on it now. We're not in the we're not in the game to press at the moment. Brian Gill whips it into Tyrese Campbell, and that's the second one so far. Right, boys, we're going to have to start closing people down. Trigger the press on Tyrese Campbell. Brian Gill, weaker foot. 1.82 XG, so we're massively outperforming the XG anyway. But for now, I think I might take off, as we've got a highlight here, we might take off Jordan James, he just looks a bit worse for wear. Bring in Peter Adebo to play that box-to-box midfielder role. But Calvin Ramsey stands over a free kick. Let's see what he's going to do with it here. He's going to whip one in. Who's going to be Van Hooijdonk? Can he get on the end of it? He can't. It was Thomas Araujo in the end who heads it over the bar. But yeah, I think this has been a successful episode. I mean, a lot to cover. 7 goals for you. Calvin Ramsey across another corner. Anyone in there? No one's in there. Forson collects it. Now what can he do with it? Can he combine again? Bielik takes a touch out of his feet. Dembele, Siriki Dembele. Can he maybe put the ball across the box? He can. Amari Forson arrives late and he gets his 6th goal of the season so far. And that makes it 6-2. 8 goals. How I'm going to chop this down, I don't know. I've had all the transfer news for you from the end of the transfer window. I've got all of the goals in this. This is going to end up being a 20-minute episode, surely. I'll try and chop it down as best as I can for you guys. But yeah, 8 goals in this one. What a game. 90th minute now, 91st minute. Could we see it being a 9-goal thriller as Oyonerdale stands over the corner. It's at the near post. It's headed away. He gets it back. He launches one into the box towards Berger. And Wouter Berger, 4th goal of the season for him. 6-3. What a game. What an absolute game. Some of the defending on show has been pretty diabolical, to be honest. We were great in the first half, and then Park Sung-ho just couldn't beat his man to the header. I think it's Hall as well who was marking him. Berger being a bigger man. He's not going to take that. Tight offside, nowhere near tight. And yeah, we're going to see out the end of the game now to the 95th minute. And that will be it for us against Stoke. What a game. Absolute brilliant game. Well done. I'm very happy with the way he played. Everyone should be happy with the way they played there. But that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant. That puts us into 5th. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like. Thank you for 212 sub-managers. Thank you very much for it. I really appreciate it. 25 minutes I've been waffling on here. Let's try and cut this down to around a 15-minute episode if I can. Sorry for the longer episode so far. It's all the transfers going through, but from now on, it'll be all about context before it for about 5 minutes. Getting into the games for 5 minutes should be about a 10 to 12-minute video. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and I'll catch you in the next one. From me, Alex, have a great day. Ciao.